Good morning, YouTube. Coffee with Johnny. Let's talk about some things. Interest rates have gone way up. Housing, everything has gone way up. Inflation, way up. And they're printing off a lot of money, ain't they? But that money, ain't it funny how they're printing all kinds of money off. But it disappears. Where do you folks think it's going? Do you think they're printing money off and putting it in their own pockets and raising the rate, interest rates and everything on everything? Inflation up. Do you think they're trying to pull a fast one on the United States citizens? I think so. I think the same thing is happening as it did a couple years ago when we had that, we had to bail out the banks, Wall Street, and everything. And all they did was pocket that money, put it in offshore accounts. So a lot of people have been questioning, everything is rising, inflation, interest rates, loans, what's going on, Well, real estate bubble, of course, just like everything. And it's going to burst here pretty soon. Uh, it ain't worth it. A lot, they did a study and a lot of people are not buying homes, they're renting. They don't have to put up with all the crap of buying a home, uh, homeowners insurance, and all the crap. And um, they're renting. They don't have to cut their own yard. They don't have to do maintenance or anything on anything. That's why people are renting instead of buying. And yeah, they jacked the price up. The banks have jacked the price up on all these homes out here. That just ain't worth it, you know. They want outrageous money, and the homes are not in that condition for the money that they want, in that good a condition. Good morning, Donna. So what do you do? I don't know. Of course, if we had our own military, if we had our own citizens military of the United States, well, the easy thing would do is attack uh, the government for ripping off the people and all the crap and everything. Yeah, rent's pretty high too in some spots, but they would rather rent because they're not obligated to nothing. You know, if the place burns down, it ain't their problem. If the water pipes break, it's not their problem. If, you know, anything happens, it's not their problem. That's the renter's problem or the owner's problem. So yeah, there is a bubble coming, uh, and it's going to be burst here pretty soon. Gas is $4 and 20 something cents out here, almost $5. And what they did was they planned this perfectly. They planned it, and everybody that keeps blaming Russia and all this crap is partly right. Is partly right because people didn't realize how much oil and gas and stuff and product we were getting from Russia. And when Biden and the White House or all these people inconveniently got in other people's business, Putin raised the price on everything. Um, they should have knew that. Now Saudi Arabia is talking. F America. They got us by the balls. They know it. The White House knows it. The banks know it because they made bad calls. You know, what can you do? But here's the thing: what you people fail to understand is the only people that suffer are you citizens. You think these rich people are suffering? No, no, it ain't hurting them one bit. It is the citizens that are paying and the ones that are suffering. There ain't nobody in politics suffering right now, folks. There ain't a banker suffering. There ain't, it ain't the banks or anything. They got all the money that they stole, ripped off. They're printing money right now and it's disappearing. Where's it going? In their pockets. Yeah, there's a big deficit. They're printing out all kinds of money. Why? None of the bills are getting paid. The government ain't paying any of their bills. They're sending the money off to where they can hold it. And they're using other countries to do it. Well, we got to send this amount over to this country. There's a war going on there. No, I'm not buying it. Unless you get a lousy landlord who doesn't want to fix anything. Yeah, yeah. Good morning, Izzy Rose. So much for the people by the people crap. Oh, exactly. And I was watching Joe Rogan the other night, and a lot of this stuff is happening in the church, right? And a lot of this stuff is going on, and Rogan was saying, we think that they're getting ready to tell us that this is all fake. There is no hell. It started off them talking about hell, but certain things have been going on. And now the church has come out and said, we believe there is no hell. And Rogan was like, I think they're getting ready to tell us that all this stuff was fake, that it wasn't real, that the devil thing, the God and everything. And I'm like, oh boy, if they do that, there's all the proof we need that we've just been taken for a ride. There's two peas in the pod and they sleep together, and that's religion and that's government. They're both hand in hand, you know. Uh, and that'll be traumatic because I have a feeling once it comes out that the whole world has been taken for a ride, you're going to see buttons being pushed, and people are going to be like, "Screw America, screw all this, the Vatican, and all this crap," and they're going to take life into their own hands and do what they want. I would believe in witchery and sorcery and alkaline and chemically induced stuff before I would believe that uh, what's going on is has anything to do with God. All these deaths, people getting ripped off, and all this, it ain't God. Slowly but surely. Well, other countries are taking it, the Bible, to be real. They're beheading people in other countries that worship the devil and all this and that. And, now other countries are attacking people with tattoos because they think they're the devil. Why? Because the Bible said so. They will be marked. Their bodies will be marked. That's what this is all about. Now they're trying to say, well, it's not real because certain people are saying, no, it's real, and we're going to behead these people. And now it's such a big thing going on, and they're like, when's it going to happen in America? It is happening in America. It's just been covered up. You don't see it. You won't hear about it. It's a lot about a lot of things that go on that people just won't hear about. It won't be reported on. Izzy Rose got her new phone. Your husband got it for me for Sweetie's days. That's in February, ain't it? Ah. I think you're going to find massive amounts of people coming up missing here pretty soon because we believe they're Satan worshippers. That's what they're going to say, and we're going to follow through what the Bible said. Now, whether it's witchery, sorcery that they're using, I think pretty soon they're going to get ready to cut. I think Rogan was right on some of the stuff. I think pretty soon something big's going to happen, and these people will be uh, dealt with. I don't know, possibly. Hey, listen, they created this mess, and they want us to suffer for it. I'm like, hey, I wasn't on Earth. I wasn't even born back then. And all this bull crap that happened years and years and thousands of years ago, me and mine, uh, we're not suffering for it no more. You want to go with your mind games and your little Nazi propagandas and your wars and your drug wars and everything. Uh, Go right ahead. You know, kill as many people as you want, but I ain't buying it. I ain't getting involved in it. And finally, they're starting to wake up and saying we should have burnt this effing country down a long time ago. And they're right. I cannot disagree with the government. They should have burnt it down a long time ago. It was a madhouse, and it's a money making machine for them. And that's it. And they let these idiots into our country instead of getting rid of the whole bloodline. They allowed these people to come in and rape and pillage this country and the citizens. And now they're trying to say it was all fake and it was just to try and keep people from killing each other. And no, it wasn't. It was a giant conspiracy or whatever. It was brainwashing 101, folks. You know, everything has gone up in price. Pretty soon, uh, it's just going to get too bad, folks. They're trying to create who lives and dies, who's going to be the next superstar, who's going to be poor and be living in a gutter in the streets. And this is why we need our own military, the citizens. This is why every time they attack us with demons and spirits, you chop their heads off. This is why they attacked three Masons buildings. That's why secretly they're killing Masons. That's why they're doing all this crap, folks. You want the truth? There it is. This all this bull crap that they let go on in our country for so long. Finally, someone came along and said, we got capabilities of wiping this country completely out without launching one rocket, shooting one weapon or anything. And they deserve it. And glory be to them, if there is a God, for wiping them out. They're a bunch of scum sucking, child raping, cover up drug dealers, whatever. They got what they deserve. And yes, they're screwing America. No way around it. It's the little guy that suffers. Why the big dog? The big dog makes all the money. Are they printing a lot of money out? And it's just disappearing. They don't know. The numbers ain't coming down. Yes. It's called the fleecing of America, folks. Get used to it. Get used to it. It's going to get a lot worse. They knew what they were doing. Pretty soon, gas all over America will be $5 a gallon, if not higher, $6, $7 a gallon. They know that. They're gonna jump it up to that. And then they'll bring it back down. They'll jump it up to $7. And then they'll know, the people, they'll never go for 7. So boost it up to 7 and we'll bring it down to $5, $6 to make it look like we can't have this. You folks are hurting at the pump paying $7. We're going to bring it down to $5. When before all this madness started, it was $1.99, $2 a gallon. And that's the truth. Before CB, gas was $1.99 on her, $2, if that. They're nuts. That's why I try and stay out of politics. That's why I try and stay out of that White House. That's why they got to pay me not to run. If I run and get in there, a lot of things are going to change. For one, there's nobody more important than the United States citizen and their families. For two, there's nobody more important than the working man and the elder that you people piggybacked off of their backs for so long. And then when they turned old or had a disability or whatever, you piggybacked off of them. It's happening slowly but surely. Even out here, folks, this is a little town. And gas is $4 and something cents, 20 cents. Death, murders on the rise. They don't have this much trouble in London. And they don't have weapons there. The only weapon they got there is knives. No guns, no nothing. Crime is way down. How do you figure this, folks? I'll just ride my horse everywhere. Then you might have to. There is a big group of Amish out here. So there's horse and buggies everywhere out here. Yeah, everything is skyrocketed. Food, water, everything. They just couldn't leave good enough alone, could they? America just got out of a war. And what happens? They knew that without war, they have no way to rip off the people. So what did they do? They created something, a war. That had nothing to do with us. They have propped, the only thing Russia has going for them is their nukes. That's about it. And they pumped up that Russia was this, Russia was that. And here Russia's barely winning the war. Then again, people don't understand war techniques, that it's all propaganda. You know, they're trying to cause a mass problem. Instead of bringing Putin to the table, they want Putin to launch nuclear weapons because nobody wins then. Do you understand, folks? Even in America, American people will be affected from radiation if Putin uses his nukes. I know people are saying, you're nuts. It's halfway across the world. Guarantee what I say, folks. They start letting nuclear weapons go over there, and Putin says, I'm not going down this way, and launches everything. You could bet your butt that radiation fallout will make its way over here to America eventually, and people will be affected by the radiation fallout and everything. The weather will change and everything. Yeah, nobody wins in a nuclear thing, but that's what the United States government wants. Why? Because then they can really rake in the money. While you're worried about radiation and nuclear weapons, they are printing off money and ripping us off. Who pays for that? The American citizen. You're all slaves, folks. I don't know when you're going to wake up and realize it. And that's the truth. If this world was truly under God, you wouldn't have to wake up and go to work in the morning, folks. You wouldn't be robbing, stealing, and killing to put food on the table. So, yeah, I think the truth's going to be coming out soon where you're going to see people say, hey, we don't give a crap that they're government. We don't give a crap if they're police, mayors. We don't give a crap if it's a president. You know, you're going to have 350 million people. Well, there's only 100 million or something like that. And you're going to have a 250 million people stand up against the powers to be. You know, they've already burned down a couple churches out here. They've attacked people saying this is bull crap. We've been, brainwashed for. Yeah, it's happening. What can you do about it? Nothing. There ain't nothing we could do. We're just simps. I think it was a bad call. If you can't tell, Donna. Uh, uh, if you can't tell, I think it was a bad call going. They should have brought Putin to the table. Everybody wants to be noticed. This probably would have went away. I don't think Putin's going to give back any land back to Ukraine. At one time, it was all Russia. And that's what people don't understand. Yeah. And I think it was a bad call. Instead of getting someone in there that would be friends with Putin and work together, they are a stronghold in this whole thing. People think Russia is nothing. I'm like, no, we get a lot of product from Russia, gasoline and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it was just a bad call. I don't know. I would have brought him to the peace table and we got to work this out. You know, they don't want to work it out, folks. They keep poking the bear. You know, the United States has been turned into a war machine, moneymaker. It bases its whole thing on its military, and they're sucking the people dry. They got enough weaponry. They got enough crap. We ain't making no more weaponry for them. Not none of our new technology. The war beast is sooner or later the war beast consumes its own country and people. And if you haven't learned from Hitler and Mussolini and the rest of them, you people are stupider than what I thought. Of course, not the people in my chat, but the people in general. They don't understand. The war machine is killing us. It's sucking everything dry. They're shipping money in 8-foot skids over to other countries, folks, when it could be used right here. America could have went to NATO and said, NATO, let all the countries help out. It ain't. It's always America. We always get stuck with the bill, and we always get ripped off because war is the perfect opportunity for people to rip off the citizens and the country. And that's what I think happened. I think they had the goods on our politicians because they were corrupt. And now it's called blackmail. And if we don't send them the money, and if we don't send them the weapons, they'll make life hell for us. Well, you know what? God gave this country the power to wipe continents off this earth. And they should have used it. And now we're screwed. Voodoo, witchery, sorcery, all this crap people saying all over the internet. Boy, they should have nipped that in the bud. They should have nipped a lot of crap in the bud. But now, see, other countries are. They're starting to behead people. They're starting to do a lot of stuff. Why? Well, because the Bible said to, folks. What do you want? What do you folks want? We can smack you in the face with the truth. That's what the Bible said. Behead the serpent. Step on its head. You know, and now other countries are saying, well, let's behead them. They're the devil. Ain't nothing I could do about it. Ain't nothing nobody could do about it. We didn't create the madness. We didn't create this madness. I wasn't even on this earth when they created this madness. And they want you to suffer for it. What kind of ideology is this where we were born into a world where we've done nothing wrong? And yet they want us to suffer for it. Come on, folks. Well, because their Bible over there said, hey, everyone suffers. It's part of the everyone. Oh my God, this has turned into such a mess. I do think Rogan is right. They're getting ready to come out and say it's not real. It was all a term to put people in power and to make money. Give to God. Hey, I've even given to God. You know, and I don't even go to church, and I've made a donation to a church before. Is it possible? It's possible that these people might be onto something. They might be telling the truth. It might be. You know, Sure, I pray to God all the time, folks. I've never prayed to the devil in my life. I've never used whatever these folks are doing, magic, witchery, sorcery, whatever. I know not of it. You know, God, yeah. No, I read about the God. I pray to God. But all this other crap, I don't know. And I do think some of these people are telling the truth when they're getting ready to tell us that there is no hell and there is no, whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Trust me when I tell you God is real and I have proof. Well, sure, we all know God is real. You know, we were raised on it. We were programmed it. Other people were programmed on the devil was real and they pray to the devil and they, I don't know. These people must be creating something. No, I don't know. I'll tell you what, it's madness. Complete madness. And what gets me is when you start watching the stuff, when you start listening to the stuff and watching the stuff and all this stuff popping up about slavery and all this. If you follow the Lord, you're a slave. Why? Because you're worshiping God. You're doing everything God says. You're talking about God. You're praying to God. You're doing. Still, if you look up the term of slavery, you're still a slave. You're just a slave to the Lord. There's slavery in everything, folks. You wake up and go to work on Monday. All week you're a slave to your job. Am I right? Am I right? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's just my opinion. We're a slave to everything. I'm a slave to coffee. Every morning I wake up, I gotta have coffee. Right? Right? What do you do about it? Nothing. There ain't nothing. They got these people so brainwashed. Yeah, corruption is going to get a lot worse in America. Why? Because they would rather go and do something and make 5, 10 grand within a couple hours than go to work and make an honest living when there is no reward. They're flipping hamburgers to try and stay alive. You can't get a loan on a home because interest rates and everything, inflation has gone so high. They bought out all the real estate and they're jacking the prices up. Uh, Pretty soon, this is going to be a problem in America where people are going to be like, we're not buying that home. It ain't worth it. And then you're going to have tons of homes in America that just sit there and dilapidate because nobody's going to buy them except for rich people from other countries. Boy, if there's a devil, you're seeing it in the world with money. And what gets me is when someone comes along and wipes these people out, literally takes them off the face of the earth. There's repercussions for it. But when the government kills people, there ain't no repercussion. There ain't no repercussion. But if a citizen was to kill somebody, well, you'd be doing life in jail. Right? I think we're just waiting for the right guy to get in there to give it back to the people. Either that or the people need to create the United States Citizens Military and start using the new techniques and using the new technology that this government, the United States, said was a waste of time. UFO drones. The government just said, no, we don't want to really get into that. It costs too much. Yeah, but now look at the other countries. What are they using in war? Drones. Yesterday, I watched a small drone hover and drop bombs on a, yeah, a drone 4 foot wide, 5 foot wide in circumference. Fast little sucker, ain't it? Did you guys see that video? That little sucker was fast. And they armed it with bombs and literally are blowing the crap out of stuff out there. There's no money in not having soldiers, folks. No, I didn't get no increase. They've been saying that. A lot of people have been saying you're going to be getting a raise or something, a cost of living thing. I'm like, I didn't get anything. No. The war machine is killing this world. How are these countries getting by with no weapons? Their crime rate is low, their rapes are low, their deaths are low. They don't even have a police force in that country. How are they doing it? Why the rest of us are in turmoil and being raked across the coals? How? Explain that. They don't even have a military. Their crime rate is practically nothing. They're becoming richer. Why? Because they don't have a war machine. They don't believe in the crap we believe in.
Please leave a message and thank you for calling.
They're not dumping money into other countries. No, that's a problem. I don't know. Like I said, it's just a matter of time before we all wake up and it's all gone, folks. The government will come in and start seizing everything. They'll be back in the banks. You know, it's a ripoff, folks. That's why a lot of people ain't buying homes right now when they can rent. It ain't worth it. Property tax, they don't have to pay for property tax. They're renting an apartment. They don't have to pay for when the pipes burst and you know something bad happens to the apartment complex. They don't have to pay for that. Most of us have renter insurance. We don't care if the place burns down or not. We'll make more money in rentals and insurance than what the place is worth. Yes, Izzy. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping. I hope I didn't. I hope I didn't. And here's another thing. Now people are coming down on welfare. You know, like Izzy's just saying, I don't do welfare. No, you don't. But you will soon. because they're going to push you all into welfare pretty soon. Yeah. I was raised, welfare was bad, but you went out and you made a living. That's what we did. And now people are starting to come down on people that are on welfare, that have been on it their whole lives. I can understand that. But for someone that's worked and put into the system and then has to either take early retirement or just can't do it, lost everything, and they got to get help from the government or whatever. Well, that's what they paid into. And now people are coming down on them, saying, oh, well, you're on welfare. You collect a welfare check or you're on Social Security. How about we just settle it a different way? How about we just do that? I'm really tired of hearing people get beat down when they're actually product and children of war machines and experiments that they did on our grandparents, our great grandparents, our fathers, our mothers, our brothers. Of the most of these kids were experiments for the government to see what our new war machine will do or our new chemicals or new radiation bombs and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. That's how brainwashed this country is, that they've used these kids for experimental stuff and lied to them. Yeah. It's horrible. I've been watching a lot on YouTube about it. That's why the veterans were so pissed off, because they were being pushed to the side. They're older now. The government didn't want to pay that bill. They didn't want to pay that bill to the veterans. Sorry. What happens? Well, you got veterans dying, being pushed to the sides and all that, and their family members too. A new regime is taking over, so they didn't give two craps about anything. Believe me, for a couple of years, I was at the Veterans Hospital with my grandfather, and all these sick people around, and all the stories that we're getting screwed. We were used as guinea pigs. We fought for this country, and now we're just getting. Well, you're not going to be a millionaire in the military. Yeah, not unless you're a military consultant or a creator of uh, destruction. Then you're going to make a lot of money in the military. You know, the new weapon that'll wipe out a whole continent. Yeah, then you're going to make a lot of money. But if you're going in to be a soldier, you're not going to make $1 million. All the secret organizations want, well, because there's power in numbers. If there's more of yous, you know, I don't know, it's turned into a mess. But I think Rogan's right. They're getting ready to come out and release all this information where, hey, this stuff ain't real. And then that's where the citizens are going to say, if it ain't real, you guys are screwed. Because then people will wake up saying, hey, we've been pumping all this money into all this crap, and the whole time it wasn't real. It was a figment of someone's imagination. And it's sad because you got the professional psychologists and the doctors saying, hey, it ain't real. If you don't take this pill, you're going to die. You can pray all day, but you're going to end up dying if you don't take this pill, or if you don't get this operation, or if you don't get this or that, or you're going to die. It don't matter. You can pray all day. If you don't get this operation, you'll die. I think people will wake up and see that, oh my God, and it's tough because you got these people that are so involved in God, believe so much in God, but then they go to the doctor and they'll tell the doctor, I'm not going to get an operation or I'm not taking that pill. And what happens? Well, they end up either dying or something, something bad happens. And then you go back to the doctor and they're like, yeah, told you. You know. What do you do? I don't know. Like I said, I didn't create this mess and we shouldn't suffer for it. you know, boy, look at it. I got a whole bunch of birds just flying around out there. They're eating their food. No, yeah, well, sure, I'll keep praying. I'd rather pray to something good, something, God, than the devil. Then again, I see a lot of these people that are praying to the devil and becoming rich and then turning around and making fun of the people that don't. You know, sad. That's why people join gangs. That's why people join these secret societies. Nothing more than money. I can understand the working man. We're out here building roads, bridges, buildings, homes for people to live, busting their butts. And the only thing that's happening is more taxes and more work. Work, more harder, more faster. Got to get it done. Just slaves. All of us. I was a slave. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is what happens when you watch too much YouTube. Or you become one of them. And people are so misled and whatever, you know. People ain't and people I'm not on welfare. They're giving so I can't wait until this happens. And all these people that thought they were above, all these people are now right there with them, getting a food card from the government or whatever it is they sent us, where they won't be able to make it. Why do they come down on these people? I don't know. They deserve it. They paid into it. That's what it was there. It was a security blanket for if crap went bad. You would be able to get food and stuff to feed your family. And these people are trying to wreck it. They're trying to wreck it. So there is no blanket for those who become poor or old or broke down from working for the man for 30, 40, 50 years. They're trying to take that security away, but they want you to still pay for it. They want you to pay for the Social Security disability out of your checks. They want you to pay taxes and everything, but they don't want to give you that security blanket. And it was such a great deal. And what gets me is the people of the United States think that it's bad, and now they're starting to realize, why did we try and do that when they didn't realize that that was a security blanket. So now a lot of people are not paying into Social Security and stuff, but yet they haven't worked a day in their lives, and they have an accident or something at work, or they're rich and lose all their money, and then they go to Social Security or disability or whatever, and they collect that. Most of the people that are in the White House and Congress, Senate, have disabilities, folks, have sicknesses, and actually get a check from Social Security. It ain't much, but they get something. Yeah. I don't think America really knows what's coming. And it's going to take one dude to get in there and say enough is enough and change the whole thing. You don't have to change Social Security. Social Security is good for the American person because eventually you're going to break down and you ain't going to be able to work. And that Social Security will keep you and your family barely alive and going. You know? The only thing they got are their guns, and they're gripping to them. Why? Because they know that someone's coming to take away what they have stolen, raped, and pillaged. That's why you got such a great demand in this country. They work for the government. It's all a scam, folks. You're not going to take our guns. It's our right to keep our guns. Yeah, yeah. Most of you support the government. And if crap goes bad and the government comes in and starts, where do you think these people are going to go? They're going to run to the government. We got guns. You know, we're with the government. It's all a scam. I can't stand it. It stinks. It's horrible. We're suffering, and they're sending $800 billion over to another country. All of our technology, all of our crap. This all could have been. I told you there was peace. They wanted us to get wrapped back up into stuff. Iraq was doing good. Everything was doing good. I'm like, no, no, we're not going to war. We've done enough war. Let NATO handle it. Let other countries handle it. We're not getting involved. We're out of Desert Storm. We're out of the Middle East. We're out. We're done. Nope, that wasn't good enough. There's no money in not being at war. Thus, they lunged us into Ukraine, probably because they had the goods on somebody that was in the government. I got to refill my coffee. This ain't even me talking. It's somebody possessing me, trespassing or something. I don't know, witchery, sorcery on me. I don't know. I can give two craps about politics or anybody. We're becoming brainwashed. We're becoming the channels that we watch, right? Monkey see, monkey do. That's what we're becoming in America. Uh, you know, hey, I got a new weapon that'll wipe out half of this country. And what do you got? You got these people that come in. You can't do that. You can't. Why can't I? Why? Says who? You know, says who that I can't do these things? Imroff did. He created the bomb. He became the creator of worlds destructions. You know, Elon Musk put a garbage can up in this space. You know, did God say that that they couldn't create the atom bomb or the nuclear bomb? They did it. I know what Donna's saying. God says, yeah. Well, they didn't listen to God. They created the nuclear bomb and they created all kinds of stuff. Can somebody explain that to me? If a cop knocked on your door and said he wanted to search your apartment, you would gladly let him in. Yeah, because I got nothing to hide. Come on in, snapperhead. I ain't got nothing to hide. I don't care if they came here looking in my apartment. Oh, you want to get me on the little tiny. That's the thing. They want to lock people up for little tiny stuff and let the slave master go. They want to let the killer, the child molester that just can't stop raping and pillaging America, they want to let them go. And they want to take the weak and innocent and old. You bunch of Hitlers. Get ready. I can tell you this much. Get ready because this weapon is an earth shaker, a money maker. It's going to be a heartbreaker, and I guarantee you it is a life taker. It's he who creates the biggest, baddest weapon that gets the biggest money. For all these years, us white people have been paying for crap that our ancestors did. And I determined we are going to go after Africa. You're dang straight. Why? We ain't paying for this crap no more. We've already paid the slaves that we had nothing to do with. We weren't even on this earth. When their own king traded them away to America. Well, it really wasn't even America. It was London or whatever. That's who ever actually came over here. It was Britain and everybody. Yeah, and we're fed up with it, folks. So what did we decide? We're going after Africa. All their diamonds, gold, everything. We're not going to flip the bill for these slaves that they created back in the day. Sorry. You want to beat on white people for it for the rest of their lives? Well, you're going to beat on your own people too. Because your king of Africa sold you people, and we got proof of it. We got proof that you people were sold from your own country, and we ain't flipping the effing bill no more. You understand? You will understand when this earth starts shaking and a rattling. You will understand then. We're sick of it. I can say the same thing for the Jewish people. Something that happened, I don't know how many, it had nothing to do with us. We weren't even alive and born, but yet somehow we have to pay money for this crap that you folks created, that you politicians created. And your kings and queens. Madness. Well, now we created something that'll split this effing earth right in half. Deal with it, folks. The sooner you do, the better off you will be. But we ain't flipping the bill for this crap no more, I'll tell you that much. And I'm sick and tired of our kids going to school and being raped and pillaged. That's why this country is lagging in technology. Can't even go to school. Can't even walk down the street without being beaten and abused. We ain't paying this bill, White House. You can jump back on the ships that you came from and head back to the countries that you came from, because we ain't flipping the bill no more. We weren't even on this earth when you folks decided to create this madness, and we ain't suffering for it. Sorry. You go over to Africa and you start digging up all the diamonds and the gold to pay for this crap, because we ain't paying for it no more. Call me a racist, call me whatever you want. I can really give a crap. I ain't racist. I'm just somebody that opened his eyes. Here we are, Americans, and we're suffering for something that happened 400 years ago. We're still paying for it. And we weren't even born. We're fed up with the crap, folks. When this earth starts shaking and a rattling, you're gonna know what we're talking about. I can guarantee you that. I don't care. Light the whole effing thing up. I got nothing to lose. I ain't got nothing to lose. Split this earth right down the center and bust into two pieces and spin out into orbit. I don't care. I don't really give a crap. But this new weapon will do the job. Ain't no doubt about that. We ain't flipping the bill for that. Let's go after London. Well, they're the one. The Brits came over here over the ship, Columbus and everybody, and created this madness and brought the slave. Let's go after London. We want our money. We're not flipping the bill for this crap. America ain't flipping the whole bill because they ain't paying the bill. They're printing off stacks of money and they're lining their own pockets and sending it to other countries. As you people starve and dwindle away in sickness and madness. You need the right guy in there. You need a ball buster in there in the White House that says, hey, guess what? You countries are screwed. We'll wipe you completely off of the face of the earth. You're going to flip the bill for this madness that you folks created. Or there ain't going to be an earth. Nah. I know it sounds like an evil movie, but hey, evil movies sell. That's what makes money. That's what makes money on YouTube. Drama, madness, and craziness. Do you see that, folks? If not, I can't help you. I really can't. Uh, I really can't help you folks. Somebody's flipping this bill because we ain't no more. We ain't suffering for it. Yeah, I did the history. My family didn't own slaves. Sorry. We were slaves. You're going to pay the bill. Simple as that. Or the winds will blow and the finger of God will come down from the sky and the earth will shake till it splits in two. I really don't care. It's all part of a movie, anyways, folks. That's what we get paid to do, right? As YouTube creators, that's what we get paid to do. The more drama, the more madness, the more ideology, the more views, the more subs, the more everything else. Misty Rose, I homeschool my kids. Now school has gone crazy with things they teach. Yeah. Well, God bless you, Missy. God bless you. And I don't blame you for homeschooling your kids. I'll tell you that much. Kids can't even go to school and learn. And then they wonder why we're lagging. Why is our schools and our colleges not? College is a party, folks. You know, it ain't what it used to be. That's why this country is lagging. They're pissed because they wanted cheap. So we went to China. China's seen the opportunity and will produce that TV that you want $1,000 for over in the United States. We'll make it for $300. America did it to itself. Made in America. Yeah, it's made great. It's a great product. But you got 50 grand to purchase it when the other countries are making it for pennies and selling it for pennies. No, America wanted this. They were tired of paying the American price, and they all wanted this. It was a good thing. China, all the TVs, all the electronics, all the stuff, cheap, cheap, cheap. And now they turn around and complain about it. Now they're trying to get us in a thing with China and Japan and all these countries. And I'm like, you people are effing idiots. Let's pay $20 for one roll of paper towels. Idiots. As the Lord would say, these folks are fools. Right? That's what the Lord would say, right? They're fools, Johnny. Oh, I agree with you, Lord. They are fools. But they're fools and their pockets are loaded with cash. And they have 8, 9, 10 homes. And they're the chosen ones, right? They're the chosen ones that get to live amongst the rich and famous. Yes, if you do complain at the school board meetings, yes, that is true, Raphael. You just ain't seeing the big picture, Raphael. You ain't seeing the big picture. They tell you where your kid's going to go to school. They're going to tell you how your kid is going to learn, what your kid is going to learn, and when your kid is going to learn. They are programming these kids at a young age. It wasn't like when I went to high school. You pledged to the allegiance. You went to school. You learned. But then again, we might have been all civilized back then, meaning we were all military family kids. And it was yes, sir, no, sir. Of course, you did have fighting within the family or whatever. You're a young kid rebelling against the parents. But when we went to school to learn, and that was it. We weren't worried about getting shot up, killed. That was a no no. You just didn't do that, you know, when we were growing up. The world has changed, folks. A lot of people say it's Satan. I would believe it. How long is he supposed to be on earth? I don't know, 1,000 years or whatever, until the Lord comes back and everything goes back to normal. You know? Well, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. Only God does. But they're getting ready to tell us that that ain't real. I agree with Rogan. They probably are. They can't let it not be real. Why? Because then all the people would say it was a scam to control the country, to control the world, to line their own pockets with money. We're gods. You folks ain't. We're the chosen ones. You ain't. So we deserve all this. And how did they get all that? By killing, lying, cheating, raping, and pillaging. And poisoning us, our brains, and our bodies. There's crap in food that, why do you think it's so hard to quit eating certain foods? That little extra ingredient in there. That makes you can't live without it. It's like a heroin addict. It's like a heroin addict. Got to get that next fix. I don't know. I don't know. Don't look good, I'll tell you that much. You got the exact right word, Donna Rubio. It is all folly everywhere. Yeah. My high school was great. We didn't have death and murder in our high school. We did have a couple of gangbangers that came in. But other than that, we didn't have that kind of crap in our high school. There wasn't a bunch of rapes and stuff like that in Illinois. The high school I went to, it was a great high school. We had dances, we had prom night and all that. It was, football, wrestling, baseball. That's what we did. We weren't punks when we went to school. You know, we dressed nice and school photos and we were in school learning, which I was in slow classes after my accident when I was younger. I made it all the way to senior year. I think I was 3 or 4 credits short. I probably should have went to summer school like they wanted me to, but I dropped out and went to work with a disability, or at least a messed up head, and never collected one dime from the government. I was raised that was bad. You're not supposed to do that. I was raised you don't file bankruptcy. That's very bad. And now at my older age, I see all these bigwigs that have filed bankruptcy 20 times. I'm like, I thought that was bad. You're not supposed to do that. Oh no, that's there to help you. In case you can't afford all the bills again, you file bankruptcy, you walk away with nothing, and you start over again. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's sad, but it's true. Are you from the Middle East originally? You sound like a New Yorker. I'm from Chicago. Oh, Donna ain't talking to me. She might be talking to Raphael or somebody. I'm not sure. Uncle Joe Rogan. I'm originally from Illinois, where learned we never had to worry like now. Yeah, yeah. I'm from Illinois too. Man, when I went to high school in Illinois, it wasn't like that. There was bad neighborhoods, but in our high school, there was no shootings. There was no rapes. We got spanked by our principal with a giant paddle in our high school. No crap. I got paddled a couple times in high school. That's what they did. You got in trouble, you did something stupid, you were sent to the dean's office, and you get paddled. You know? Good God, my mother would call the high school. Please, just paddle his ass. Back then you were allowed to hit a kid. When you got spanked, it wasn't child abuse. See, today it's child abuse. You spank a kid and someone sees it. It's child abuse. Back when I was going to school, and these kids don't know how lucky they got it. Today, when I was going to school, I ain't kidding you, it was a good 4 foot paddle with like a baseball handle on the end of it. And you'd have to bend over and you'd get the paddle. They don't do that no more in school. You got spanked at school, you got one when you got home. Exactly. My butt was red. And this was back in the 80s. Raphael, I'm not from the Bronx. I was born and raised in Illinois. I've never even been to New York. The Cuomo family tried to keep me out of New York for I don't know how many years. I haven't even been to New York. No, Misty Rose is right. You got spanked at school. Uh, Once you got home, you got another spanking. But it would be with a cord or a shoe. Coffee pot, whatever the parents could get a hold of. They didn't care. But you know what? Some of us deserved it. And it made us get character and get out there. If you want something, you got to work for it. Nothing is for free. You know, that's the way I was taught. Wire hanger. Exactly, Misty Rose. They didn't give a crap. Whatever they can get their hands on, a frying pan, you name it. I don't think kids realize how good they have it today. Today, you touch a kid in the year 2000, uh, it changed. You know, if you spank a kid in public, there's a good chance you might go to jail for child abuse. You know, when I was growing up and you were in public and your mother started uh, hitting you, My friends would be like, beat him down, Mrs. Kramer. Beat him down. They would stand around and laugh. You just got your ass whooped by your mom. Your dad just punched you right in the forehead. You know, your friends would stand around and watch you get beat and laugh. Oh, he got it good. They got him good. Excuse me. I just woke up. I'm doing one of my rants. I changed the brand of cigarettes I'm smoking to these dang Montegos, and I'm getting used to them. They're making me cough. I'm just going to quit here. I'm done with it. I've been praying for I don't know how many years to please, Lord. You know, I've done a lot of stuff in my life, but this cigarette stuff, can you help me? No. I got arrested spanking my son hand for stealing candy from the store, but was thrown out. Yeah, I believe it, Misty Rose. Here's my advice, folks. Pay into your Social Security and your SSI disability if you have a job. And there's no shame in collecting that money. And a lot of you ladies and men have to go on welfare because at one time you did work, but you just can't do it no more. Don't be ashamed. That's what the whole system was designed for, was to help the United States family and working man in case they had a downfall or something bad happened. Don't be ashamed of it. Why are we being labeled with the street rats that are in the cities and gangs and milking everything? And yet here we worked our whole lives, and now we're at the end of the where we just can't do it no more, and people go on either early retirement or have disabilities like me, and now automatically we are labeled with people that do nothing, never had a job in this country their whole lives. They sold drugs or gangs or stole or whatever, and they're on welfare. And now we, the people that worked, our families that suffered and went to wars, are being labeled as no good because the government in 2020 gave us a card because we had to go on lockdown, CV, for food. Now all of a sudden we're bad people because we're on welfare. Explain that. Now I could have been like everyone else. I could have made 100% pure cocaine and started selling it. I could have sold guns. I could have joined gangs and organizations and raped and pillaged this country. But I chose not to. I chose to work for a living. I wasn't raised to rape and pillage a country, especially your own. Right? I've never been convicted of a felony, a rape, a pillage, or I've never done anything like that. You know, I didn't make money that way. I don't know. But I guess you can make money in America doing that kind of stuff. The way they treat our veterans is so wrong. Well, I don't even want to go there. I spent enough time at the Veterans Hospital and around veterans. I don't even want to get started with that. Listening to their stories while I was waiting for my grandfather to get looked at, and you know, what can you do? There ain't nothing we can do. You just got to go along with the program, I guess. Right? It's not only their veterans, it's their old, it's their weak, it's their disabled. What gets me is how these people want us to come in. They know we have a disability. They ran all the tests. They're professionals. They ran all the tests, right? They're doctors. Before they put me on disability, I had to go and see 3 doctors. They just ran me around in circles. Then they came to me and said, "You got a problem? How long have you had it?" I don't know, my whole life. I had an accident. You know, I'm just trying to survive. I went to work just like everybody else. You know. Then they say you got a problem. You should be you got a disability. This is you got to be put on disability. You can't do this and that or whatever. Okay. It's there for when you can't do it no more. If you got $100 million, you don't need to be on Social Security. You can still claim it. You can still pay into it. If you lose your fortune, you fall back on Social Security. The system's broke. It needs to be fixed, folks. The system was created by people that came over here and raped and pillaged the people that own this land that were here before the pilgrims and everybody, right? My people. The system was created by people that came over and conquered and took it wasn't theirs. And because they made so much money, they were like, we're not going to change a thing. Because the system was designed to make these people rich. And that's the truth. I didn't create this madness. In my generation and the younger generation that's coming up, they don't want to pay for this madness that we did not correct, or we didn't create it. I was born in 68. I come out of the womb and I'm a sinner. And I'm suffering from day one. Come on, folks. Really? Newborn baby hasn't done nothing, but yet is tossed into the world automatically. Don't make sense to me. I don't know everything. I don't want to know everything. I'm not God. I don't want to be God. Put on disability and they expect you to survive on the littlest help as possible. The system truly is broke. Well, it ain't that, Misty. Yeah, I mean, it is part of that. But it's what once you get put on disability, automatically you're abused. Automatically you are attacked. You're not a man. You understand? For a man, it's rough. You can't work no more. You can't be out there doing what you love to do. It was an honest living. You didn't steal, rape, pillage to make your money. You built this country if you were in the trades. You built homes that most of these people are living in. and you can't do it no more. You go on Social Security or you end up with a disability because your brain's just shot. And what is the first thing that happens in America is you're labeled with these people, these hood dudes that have taken over communities, never worked a day in their lives, been collecting welfare and checks from the government their whole lives, never worked a day. They've been out in the hoods selling drugs, killing people to make money. And here they put us with these people, labeled as, it's happened to me. And I still work. I have a disability, but I work for myself. I go out and cut a couple yards a week to make some extra money. And they just can't, they're not happy until they create a giant, massive ball of evil. It's ugly. It's just horrible. And I agree, the system's been broke for many years, but the system was designed to keep you people right where they want you. There's only people that create death machines now that really are making big money. New chemicals to brainwash us, new drugs to, it's madness. You're lucky I'm not in the White House. You really, that's why they're probably paying me to stay out of the White House. My first day in the White House, there'd probably be 3, 4 countries gone. Eliminate, just a giant crater. You know, this ain't our madness. We didn't create it. We ain't suffering for it. You know, this is something that happened 10,000 years ago. Let go, people. Let it go. They can't let it go because it's their money maker. Let me read my chat. Yes, a little old lady, but after Judge saw video, he said, this is all thrown out. She didn't do wrong. Put people on disability. They expect you to survive on the. Yeah. Yeah. Arkansas, Raphael. Let me catch up on my chat real quick. Unbelievable. It got that far and that the DA didn't reject it. I don't know. I don't know. Why are they going to reject it? They're the ones that are corrupt. Right? We're here. We're sitting here listening to what we're supposed to be doing, following God and the government. Listen to, give to the government what's the government, give to God what's God's. We're trapped in the middle of this madness. Literally. We're trapped right in the middle of it all. We got to listen to the government. You don't listen to the government, you don't get a check. You know. You don't listen to God, you go to hell or whatever. Misty Rose. You know what? Them are your children. If you want to homeschool them, go right ahead, sweetie. You know, there ain't nothing wrong, and I don't blame her. The schools are a madhouse. The kids ain't comfortable going to school. They're afraid to go to school. They're afraid of, of a lot of things. And you can't go to school and be afraid and learn. You got to be comfortable so they can absorb all this goodness that they're teaching them, history and whatever, and math, and they need math, spelling, stuff like that, you know, science and everything. Nah, I don't know, you know. But if you can't if you can't send your kids to school without it being shot up or kidnapped or raped or abused, I think you made a right call by homeschooling them. And I bet you people are giving you crap for that, Misty Rose, because you don't want your kids learning in an environment like that. I bet you people are giving you crap. They do the Amish out here, the Amish homeschool people out here. And the English look at the Amish like, well, what are they doing? Why ain't their kids in our school? Because they don't want their kids in our school. You know, they teach them at home, or they have their own teacher teach them their ways. Now there probably ain't too many homeschooled, but if you are homeschooling your kids, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, at least you know where the kids are, right? At least you know what the kids are learning, right? At least you know the kids are safe, right? I bet you that makes the whole thing being a parent takes a lot of stress off of a parent, right? Well, parents can't go to work because their minds are on, I hope my kid is safe. I hope somebody don't shoot up the school. I hope someone ain't abusing our kids in the schools. And I agree with them. I agree with them. Some people don't want to leave their houses. Why? Well, they're afraid that they'll come home and not have nothing. You know, and people break in and steal everything they got. Oh. No, Raphael, I didn't go to all the PTA meetings. What are you talking about? My mother didn't even go to the PTA. Are you kidding me? No. People were out working. Back when I was raised and going to school, my family worked. You know, while they were at work, I was in school, right? And they had to, right? They had to. It had to be that way because they had to survive, right? Right? If you had brothers or sisters, the oldest one, once they got home, had to take care of the kids until mom and dad got home or whatever, right? Right? And I sit back and I say, all this time, why didn't I join a gang? Why didn't I join a secret society? You know? No, I had a disability at a young age, but when I got old enough to to register for the military, even with a brain disability, and I couldn't pass all their tests. But I did go down there and register because my family was in the military, and I was proud of it. When I turned 17, my uh, grandfathers and family members took me out. You're gonna register? I'll register. I don't know if I'll be able to become, you know, I did have a disability, but I registered. I know this much. I'm dumb, but I know how to shoot a weapon. And if our country is being invaded, I will be out there in the fields shooting a weapon. Don't ask me any math questions. Just give me a rifle and point me in the direction. And that's about it. If we are invaded, I am a citizen of the United States. I will be out in the fields. If I'm just loading weapons for these guys, if I'm just changing the latrine toilet paper, I will be helping. ah, I don't know why you keep saying stolen valor, Raphael. I didn't steal anything. I don't know what. I have no idea what he's talking about. Did you register, Raphael, for the military when you turned 17? That was a big thing when I was growing up in the 80s. All your friends joined the military, and I would have, but they tested me, and I just couldn't pass the test. I had massive concussion and problems. And they thanked me. They shook my hand and said, if we need you, we'll call you. There was no draft back then. I have no idea what he's talking about. The only thing I can think of is Facebook. There is a John R. Kramer on Facebook that is a military veteran. He's dead. Do you know how many John R. Kramers there are in the world? Kramer is a very, very common name. Uh, no, I'm not from Germany. I was born in the United States, raised right here. My family served in the military arms government. I don't know why they keep saying stolen valor. I didn't steal nothing. But that's typical in America to be accused of something you didn't do. No, no, Raphael. I know Raphael's pushing it, but he ain't going to get to me. Like I said, let Raphael do what Raphael does. It's all right, Raphael. He, in my opinion, is trying to lighten the mood. There is no mood. This is the problem in America. You can't speak what's on your mind without people interpreting it the wrong way. I'm agreeing with some of the government people. But these people are taking everything. Well, that's their right. You know, do I agree with the government on some things? Yes. Do I disagree with them on things? Yes. Do I agree with everything the church does? No. But I agree with on some of the stuff that the church does. You know. But then again, there's always going to be someone out there that interprets it the wrong way and thinks that just a rant and rave or just speaking your mind is is too much. And I agree. And I agree with most of yous in there. In my chat. And if I offended anybody, my apologies. They're trying to turn our society into only the strong survives, right? So now someone has come along that has built something that will shake this earth, possibly split it right down the center. And now this man that has created this has become the evil when your society that you folks created is only the strong and smart survive. So we listen to you folks and we go out and we create the biggest, baddest thing so we can survive. And now the weak are calling us when we were the weak. But we created something that is literally an earth shaker. And they just now the tides have turned. Now we're the evil ones, right? We're the we're the bad ones. When their society that they live in is only the strong survives until someone's stronger with a more crazier, bigger, badder weapon than them. It's madness. I'm done with the madness in this country, the ideology of this country, and everything else. When I run this country, it'll be the working man and the families. Big business will not have the weight that they have against the citizens. You work at McDonald's, you ain't ever getting a loan on a home. Not unless you save up tons of money, you know. And how are you supposed to save tons of money working at McDonald's? They keep us all wanting that American dream. And then you look at most of these people that have 6, 10 houses, you know, and then you look at their history, how they've just been raking the coals over people. And then you jump into that arena and you say, here I am. I have this weapon that'll split this earth right down the center, cause it to spin out of control right into the dark black skies of the space. And then watch them change their ways. Then they'll welcome you. Nah, come into our society. We want your weapon now. You know, and they pay and they pay. They created this madness. They let all these people in when the framers told them, if we do this, we're going to have troubles. Might not be now, might not be 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 100 years from now, 400 years, but sooner or later, all this madness that we're bringing into the country. Why? Slaves. So they can build the roads, so they can build the buildings, the skyscrapers. It's an endless revolving door of madness. I'm done with it. Literally, I think some of the professionals that talked to me and said, don't even worry about it. Go back to what you were doing. The day you start worrying about it, you will figure out that it's madness. If it hasn't happened to you or yours, mind your business, go about your day, and enjoy your freedom in this country where you have the freedom to get up and go to work and your family to be safe. Give us that at least, United States government. Give us where we can go shopping and not be shot at. Give us a country where we could drive down the street and we're not worried about some guy in $100,000 car doing 200 miles an hour down the highway and wrecks and kills 5, 6 people. Give us a country where we can be safe to wake up and our children go outside to the parks without worrying about kidnappers or people beating them up or other kids beating them up. Give us a world that you promised, just like God said. Do you think kids are being raped and pillaged in heaven? Well, give us heaven on earth. And we'll go about our days and we won't create massive machines to destroy everything in sight. Give us a chance to survive. We don't need 6 homes. All we want is one. That's ours. And you can't even give us that, government. Banks. You can't even give us that. I don't need 6 homes. I don't need 30 cars. One home is fine. But they can't even give you that. Because now nobody wants to loan to Social Security or older people, disabilities. Give us a world that you project upon us. Same thing with the churches. Give us a piece of that heaven that you people claim you're the chosen ones. That are under God. You're supposed to be loved and nothing to do with war. That's why if I was running this country, I would have brought Putin to the table. What is the problem, sir? You're a great country. You're a great country. Your people are great. What is bothering you? I would have used my brain. And the Lord, they chose for war. And now we're looking at Putin saying, if I use nukes, I'm going to use nukes. Do I think he's bluffing? Not one bit. Not one dang bit. You push a dog into a corner, that dog is going to snap. It's going to bite you. And if history has done nothing, it showed us. You know, if history has done nothing, it has showed us one thing, that it repeats itself. And when you back a dog into a corner, it'll bite you. It don't care who lives and dies. They'll take themselves out just to prove a point that they're not going down without somebody else dying. So, do I think Putin has anything to lose? Not at all. It is Misty Rose. It's one big circle of history, and it keeps repeating itself. No, I think the whole thing was planned, Donna, by our own politicians. You know, they're trying to push him into a corner where he's got no choice but to use his bios and his nuclear weapons. And he probably don't care if he lives or dies. And that's what's very sad about it is people think, well, if it happens over there in Ukraine, it's no big deal. It's not going to affect us. And I keep telling people, oh, it's going to. It's going to affect us. It might not be 6 months from now. It might take a while for that radiation to make its way into the water and into the seas and into the on the other side of the earth. Sunday sauce. Where did you post it in my chat, Donna? Donna, is it in my chat or did you post something on your channel? Donna said, read my post on Sunday sauce. In my chat? Hold on a minute. Hold on, Donna. I'm looking. I'm not seeing nothing in here about sauce. Would you make some red sauce or some gravy? Oh, wait, I do see the one where Donna said, just imagine, Johnny, if everyone did what God told us to do, love one another. Uh, in the beginning, we'd have, yeah, you're right. Yeah. People join gangs to have families. They usually, if not always, come from broken homes. And yeah, I'm still looking for the sauce. Let me go back down. See what she's saying. No, it's only a few chats above. Okay. Big circle of history. What does he have to lose? Yep, he ain't going down without a fight. Exactly. I am making Sunday sauce tomorrow. You are invited. John, we don't need him playing the eve of destruction at the dinner table. Well, Donna, that's what happens, right? Only the strong survive. I want my money. I want my slave money. I want my money. So what did I do? I created something. I created something so I can be one of them, so I can get paid for my ancestors that were slaves, and they were white and Indians uh, and German and Jews. They were everything, right? Where's our money? Where's our slave money? Well, I'm not racist, but I mean, if you want to get down to it, I'm tired of flipping the bill for stuff we had no control of. We weren't even born, and we're flipping the bill for it. You know, let's go after Africa. They can flip the bill. They sold these people to London or the Brits or whoever it was, Columbus or whoever, I don't know who, the Pilgrims or whoever it was. You know, they had them lined up on the shores waiting to be sold. Go back to Africa and get your money from the kings of Africa. America's tapped out. I ain't flipping the bill no more for something I had nothing to do with. I went to high school with black people and Hispanics, Jews, Italians, you know, Chinese people, Philippine people. You know, my car's just about paid for, Misty Rose. I ain't got too much longer left on to pay on my car. Sure, the warranty's up. It always does come up, don't it? Don't it? As soon as that dang thing's just about paid off, there went that warranty. Here's another little thing for you kids out there that are, or you people that are watching. You know, we got cars that were built in 1930 that still run today, never been worked on. You can't buy a car today and it lasts 2 years without something bad going wrong with it. Can you explain that to me, folks? There are Model Ts that were built in the 30s and 20s that still operate today and never had a head gasket change. Can you explain this to me? How you could buy a car today and within a year, you got problems with it. Can you explain that to me, folks? I would really like to know. Explain this stuff to me. Stuff that was built in America back in the day, built right, still survives today. But yet, something built 5 years ago has got nothing but problems with it. And you can't get parts that'll last a year. You know, people didn't want to pay big money for things. What did they do? They subbed it out to other countries that could make it cheaper. The quality wasn't as good, but it was cheaper. And now we're sitting in a bowl of crap. Donna said, right, Raphael, there are Pakistanis or whatever. Blankety hole a country. Money, money, money. They are built to break down quicker. Exactly. Mostly India or India. Everything made to break down faster now because money hungry now. Yeah. Because workers too pride in their work years ago. Yeah, they took pride in their work years ago. But the workers wanted more and more money. You know, that's why if something is built in America, you pay big dollar for it. You pay big dollar for it. You can't compete with a country that can build you a 55-inch TV for $250 compared to a TV that's built in America, the same size TV, but you're paying $800, $900, $1,000 for it. Workers did take pride in what they did. I know when I was working in the trade field, I took pride in building something, you know. And in the end, when you're building, uh, $800,000 home, $1 million home, and after you're done building it, you sit back and look at it after it's all done, and you're like, we built this, you know. We built this thing. This group of guys built this mansion, and I took pride in it. And I met some great guys in construction. I took pride in it. And the Quran, the come out. What am I? What's the word I'm looking for? The camaraderie of the group of guys was like if you were in the military. They were your brothers on the job site. And I hate to say it, a lot of the guys that I worked with in construction were military guys, veterans or whatever. You know, the job site was like a platoon. It was a group of guys that got together and built something incredible, that we dreamed about living in. God, I wish I had a home like this, you know. Great guys. It was fun. But then there's problems that come with being in the construction field. Tetanus, accidents, fragmented bones from swinging a hammer all day. You get elbow shock. Your knees are shot. Your back is definitely shot from carrying all the lumber and all the drywall and all the roofing and shot. There's things that come with that job that people don't that have never done it don't know. If you never carried a concrete form and woke up the next day sore than crap or whatever, you know, nah. Oh, I used to go to work with dudes that would show up in the morning on the construction site and smell like a Bengay factory. Just what? You got Bengay on or something, or arthritis on? Whole tube. Oiled themselves down with arthritis hot before they went to work. They had to. You work 10, 20 years 30 years on a construction site. You're going to feel it eventually. Just like the guy sitting in McDonald's flipping hamburgers all day on his feet. Eventually, his knees are going to start going. His back's going to start going. Your joints are going to start getting sore and stuff. You know, we weren't built for these things. I don't think. I don't know. No, I know what you're talking about, Raphael. You can't even trust the mortgage companies. When I lost my house, I got the paperwork back and it was a 30-year mortgage. Balloon. Like this is supposed to be fixed. Uh, just go with it now until you fix the paperwork. The paperwork never got fixed. And then I had to have an operation and couldn't pay for everything, lost everything, child support. I lost everything. There's one thing I realized in life is from the word go, I've been suffering from the day I came out of the womb. Tossed in a world of madness. I was watching YouTube yesterday and was watching another country, and they're like, "Oh, our life is so good here." They're telling people they don't want people from it. We don't want the American people's bull crap. We have no crime. We have no weapons. We have peace, and they're just doing great, prospering. Here we are, the biggest, baddest country in the world, biggest death machine rolling, and we can't feed our own people. And they keep bringing more people over here saying that they don't think we're not overpopulated. We are overpopulated, folks. When the shelves in your town go dry in your grocery stores and dollar stores, and you can't supply enough to the people, that means you're overpopulated. When your forests are burning down and you can't create clean water fast enough, when you can't treat sewer water fast enough, you're overpopulated. And for these bigwigs to say, no, we don't think we're overpopulated, we are. They don't think it because they want more money to come in. More people, more money. You know, the professionals say we can't feed them. We got to stop bringing these people in, and we got to prepare for the people that we do have. We can't even feed the people we got. You got to close the doors, and they just don't want to listen. The greed has taken over, folks. Their greed. They don't see you people dying in the streets. They don't care you people dying in the streets. They don't care if you're starving. They don't see that. They're behind gated communities and got stacks of cash. They've lost touch with the citizens. They've lost touch with reality. They become gods. Now, whether they were appointed by God, that's a different story. But they believe they're gods. They're secret societies, they're gangs, militias, big business. You do what they say or they'll kill you, or you'll be poor your whole life. Right? You do what they say or you'll never get a loan from a bank. Could they do that? Yes. Oh yeah, you piss off the wrong person, they'll make sure you never get a loan in this country again. That's funny that you mentioned that, Raphael. When I was a kid, I used to eat dog biscuits. When I was a little kid, I can remember I was eating them. They didn't taste bad, I'll tell you that much. Them dog bones. You know them brown dried dog bones or biscuits or whatever? They were around since I was a kid. They were dried. I don't know what they were, but I used to eat them when I was a kid. You know, not purposely. I got into it when I was a young kid. Missed it. Went underneath my grandpa's cabinet where all the dog stuff was, and I was like, "What? Milk bones or whatever?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. They found me sitting there just chewing them on them. They didn't taste bad. I'm not joking. They weren't. They didn't taste bad. I was just chewing away on them. They were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Eating this food." They're like, "That's for the dog." I'm like, "Bow wow wow, yippee yo yippee yay." I was chowing down on them, and I'm being honest. It didn't kill me, and they didn't taste that bad. Dang that. Yeah, I think that's what they're called down on milk bones. They're misty. The cheese dog biscuits are good. Do they have cheese dog biscuits now? I don't know. I was born in 68, Misty. We didn't have a variety back then. We only had the regular milk bone. Hey, I ate it, but good God, they got chili dog biscuits now. I'm going to start eating like a bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Oh, I'm thinking about talking to the government and Social Security about opening my own small little lawn business. I mean, I cut grass 2 times a week. Well, now I'm shutting down because winter's coming and the grass ain't growing. So pretty much shut down now. I'm doing a little bit of odds and ends, but I make just enough to survive. I make just enough that Social Security allows me to make without being penalized or without having to pay taxes. You know, I don't want to break the laws. I'm allowed so much, and I don't make a lot of money cutting these yards. You know, they're older people. I help them out. They help me out. You know, but I'm gonna have to check into these dog. I wonder if I wonder how they taste. I'm not joking. Milk bones weren't bad when I was a kid. If I had some milk, I probably would have had a milk bone soup or a milk bone bowl of cereal or something. You are definitely not going to dinner. I'm not? All right. Sorry. Why? What are you serving? Milk bones? If you are, I'm there. I'm there. I hope you made a gravy, a sauce with the milk bones. Looks like cheese crackers, small squares. Really? God dang it, Misty. Have you tried one yourself? Do they taste okay? I'm gonna have to get some. I'll bring them to dinner, Donna. Oh, I can just imagine what it tastes like to dip a milk, a chili cheese dog, milk bone into a red gravy, a red sauce, and then, I imagine that would taste good. Don't need you gnawing on my table. Growling? No, I ain't gonna growl. You might get a couple barks out of me. That's about it. There's one bad thing that I have a problem with, Donna. Sometimes when I am around beautiful women, I jump on their lap and I lick their face. I know, I know it's a problem, but hey, I go with it. I go with it. So I switched the brands of cigarettes that I was smoking because these are real cheap. They're $3.97, right? But then I flip it over and it says warning. This might quick this might kill you quicker than smoking expensive cigarettes. No, I don't know. That's the price we pay to save a penny, right? My daughter had her face in dog gravy train, but she is one. I don't blame her. Bless her little heart. You probably got a dog. She sees the dog eating, and that's how when I was younger, I seen the dog always eating them, and I was laying by the dog, playing with the dog when I was like I don't know 5 or 6 years old. I was a young kid. That dog's eating milk bones. I'm like, hey, I might as well try it, and I did, and they weren't bad. Yeah, I wouldn't lie to you, folks. I didn't die. As long as you don't hump my leg. No, I wouldn't hump your leg. I might lick your face behind your earlobes, nibble on your hairs, maybe your lower neck, nibble on a little bit. It'll be sloppy. It definitely will be sloppy. But I will not hump your leg. Not unless I'm underneath the table. That's a whole different story. That's a whole different video. If you send me underneath the table, who knows what'll happen. Yeah, you got to, and your baby girl was just laying there eating the food, and the dog was sitting there watching her. I bet the dog was probably like, "Bless her little heart, how adorable." Move over, I'm hungry now. Nah, what can you do? It's all a movie, folks. YouTube is a giant movie. I'm doing my job, part of it. This is all movie stuff, folks. All movie stuff, right? The world is a giant movie. Act 3, Scene 1. Yikes. I will feed you scraps under table. All right. So I'm good with that. It's better than nothing, right? It's better than nothing. So we had rain last night. We had storms come through. It's chilly out. There was a possible. It was raining up or snowing up in Michigan. We thought we were going to get that cold behind it, the snow, but we didn't. And we just got rain. It was cold, and the wind was blowing pretty good last night. So, so what do you folks think about all this? I know I'm not allowed to come to anyone's house for dinner. I know that. I've been banned from dinner, Sunday dinner. That's okay. I'll sit here and Sunday I'll eat my own food. I'll watch the church channel or something, and where there's one or two thinking of the Lord or praying, there you'll find the Lord, right? We need rain here. Where are you at, Misty? I thought you said you're from Illinois. If you're from Illinois, you must be getting the same thing we are. I'm right next to you in Illinois. If you're in Illinois, Arkansas. Oh yeah, you probably need rain down there. And from what the weather pattern is showing for the next 3, 4 months, you might be getting some rain down there. You might be getting some snow. I'm getting attacked by a demon right now. I think so. I think it's possible. Arkansas, no. We need rain. Now make your bombs. I don't make bombs. Nobody, nobody, bombs are not what I create. That's not my job as a YouTube creator. There's things that'll do just as much damage to the world than bombs. Lived in Illinois when little grew up in small town, Termont. Oh, I was way up on the outskirts of Chicago. You probably don't know. Nope. There went my TV. Something's creaking around here. Must have sent that thing. But whatever it is. Yeah, I was up north. Ah, Misty Rose. Up north. Oh yes, we went to Chicago Museum. Oh yeah, beautiful place, ain't it? So was the aquarium out there. Beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful. The museum. Yeah, in Chicago. Yep, used to go there on field trips, high school and grammar school. I think I went. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful aquarium and beautiful museum, and with the lions in front of the museum and everything. It was cool. It was cool. But you were probably down south, right? You were probably down south. I was like on the outskirts of Chicago city limits, neighborhoods out there, little suburbs that were all cornfield. It was all cornfield out there. Orland Park area, Summit, Illinois, Bridgeview, Oaklawn, Tinley Park. That was all out there in Orland Park and Tinley Park and Oak Forest. That was all cornfield and farmer field at one time. When we moved out there, it was a new subdivision they built out there, and we moved out there. It was cornfields. Peoria, yeah. Now, if you go to that same area where I grew up as a teenager and a young kid, it is so populated, you would not believe it. You just wouldn't believe it. It's like going into it. It was like I went and visited when my friend passed away. I had to go back into Illinois, and it was like going into the city. I couldn't believe it. The traffic was unbelievable. And where we used to ride our dirt bikes and have parties and stuff was now all stores and parking lots and roads, and just I'm like, holy cow. It was like going into the city. The traffic was so bad. Yeah. Nah, life stinks and then you die. What do you do? Right? What do you do? There's nothing you can do. I heard many places have expanded. I haven't been there for a few years. Yeah, I left when I was in my like 20 something years old, and didn't go back for a long time. And then, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever, a little longer than that, my buddy passed away. And I had to go back into Illinois after not being there for many, 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 many years. And I was like, I can't believe how it you know, th- literally you're driving down the road and you're like, this was all cornfield. There was nothing out. It was trees and cornfield, and it's just nothing but people and cars and businesses every homes everywhere. No, I don't hear no water running, Donna. Oh, you mean she's probably going to say the tears. Do you hear the small violins playing and the tears running? Is he on water pills? No, I'm not on water pills. I'm having coffee, and then I'll be going back to drinking my water and or lemon water and cucumber. Hey, do they make cranberry juice? with no sugar. Ladies, I'm asking. I'm trying to change my life. I think it's probably too late, but love lemon water. Yeah, I'm on the lemon water cucumber thing. Right now I'm drinking coffee, but I don't know how good it is drinking lemon water and cucumber water and then chasing it down with a Pepsi. I'm not sure. Coconut water makes me have the squirts. Sorry, Misty. Everyone was telling me, try the coconut water. All right. So I started drinking the coconut water, right? And then a week later, I'm like, man, this stuff goes right through me. They're like, oh, I forgot to tell you. Coconut is also a laxative. You could have told me that in the beginning, right? Here I am sitting on the toilet for a week. Yeah, who knew? Who knew, right? It don't do that to you, Misty? No? You must have balls of steel. I don't know. But then again, I'm 50. Yeah, I'm 50. You're probably, from your photo, you look like a young, beautiful, incredible woman. Yeah, I'm 50. You're still in your prime. It's probably not going to affect you. My diet consists of hot fries in the morning and lemon water. You know, being hot fries. We're addicted to everything, ain't we? But I can say this, I am not addicted to cocaine, heroin, crack, alcohol anymore. I've been sober and clean from that madness for many, many years. All right. Holy crap. This has been a 2 hour and 30-minute video. I got to get off of here. I hope you enjoy my movie scene today, folks. Destructions of the world. No, I don't. I didn't create anything to destroy the world. I don't know how to do that on a disability income, but people think it's possible. And I'm like, no, that's going to take millions to do. You're not going to get there on an $800 check or whatever. Yeah. I'm sorry. I am. If you read the thing on my channel, it's the movie music channel. I also sing and dance. I do comedy. I do everything, but I don't know what I should be doing. Preaching the word of the Lord, right? If I make you smile, I did my job. If I make you cry, I didn't do my job. I did something wrong. And then I got to reprocess what I did, go over all the stats, go over all the numbers and say, where did I go wrong? I don't want to be smart. I want to go back to being dumb. somewhere brain injuries and being smart don't mix. So I'll go back to being dumb. Now, for you people out there saying that I'm a very intelligent person, quit lying. I'm an idiot. Quit it. I'm an idiot. I'm dumber than a box of bologna. I am working on a new sofa and love seat for YouTubers and gamers. It has a toilet in it, a phone, and a small burning uh, unit for cooking. You will never have to leave your couch again. Literally, you crap right on the couch. You ain't got to move. I'm wondering if I should add a shower to it because then you could just shower right where you sit. I'm guessing YouTubers and gamers, it'll sell big, right? Right? It'll sell if you never got to leave your couch. That's what YouTube wants, right? That's what the masses want. They want us to be zombies. So I'm designing a couch with a latrine in it, toilet paper holder, phone, and a small camping stove. So you never have to leave. And on the other side will be a sink. So you can wash the dishes and set them right there next to you. That's what they want, right? 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 The next design will be a car with a toilet built right into the seat. Then you could just drive. You ain't got to stop nowhere. Make the couch, make you stand up every so often, though, so you can stretch. Exactly, Misty. I'm starting to like this, Misty Rose. A woman that good looking and that smart has got to be married. You know she's probably married. These are the kind of women that we look for as men. Smart, funny, and intelligent. Of course, design it where it'll actually lift you up so you can stand up out of the sofa. So you can stand up, at least stretch, walk around, and then lean back into it. And it actually reclines you back into it. This is an intelligent woman. Yeah. Misty Rose might be another Hanley Dugan or Lynette from One Woman Wilderness or a little Itis Farm. These women are incredible. One day I'll have them. One day. As soon as Japan is done building her, she will be shipped there. You know what? I'm sorry, folks. I can't smoke these Montegos anymore. I'm going back to my old brand. I'm coughing too much with these things. Now, is it because I'm not used to the tobacco? Or is it such cheap tobacco that people are going, I'll spend the extra $3 and get the brand? That don't make me cough all day. Is it that, or am I under attack like the good book in the church channel has been telling me? Johnny, you are under demonic attack. The chosen ones are afraid of you. Am I under demonic attack, Lord? If I am, shelter me with your grace and forgive me for any sins. Amen. For I don't know what I've done. I'm just an idiot. But not that much of an idiot to go out and rape, pillage, and steal from our own country or citizens. It's a gnome, not a grown, a gnome. Chill out. It's a gnome. 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 Or lungs saying enough is enough. Yes, Misty Rose. Probably cheap tobacco. Yeah. But right. Enough is enough with the smoking. I got to cut back. What do you do when you pray to God and you don't get no results? Then again, I prayed to the Lord about quitting drinking, but that didn't happen. I kept drinking until I found out I'm going to be a dad. Then I quit. I quit drinking. It sucked. Yeah, you get the shakes. You sweat a lot, but it's only for a couple days, and then it's over with. Under attack by yourself with the disgusting cigarettes. Exactly. Exactly. You know, same thing with the drugs when I was a young kid chasing to try and kill the pain. You know, you're going to suffer. Withdrawal stinks. Cocaine, heroin, stuff like that. Anything to kill the pain when you try and quit it. You're going to feel the effects. But after so long, it goes away. And then you wake up and you feel good. Each day gets better. Yeah, I've been through it. No, I see the kid when he was first born, and a year later. But other than that, no. But that's okay. I changed my life for the better. Thank God. It probably ain't even my kid. But hey, what the heck? At least somebody's getting something on Christmas, right? Or on a birthday or whatever. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I don't know. I love them just the same. You know, they're God's kids. So what can you do, right? Right. No, I got to run to the gas station and get a pack of cigarettes. I'm waiting for my brother to call me. I was going to help him do some stuff today, but you know what? He might have woke up today and said, nah, I'm not going to do no work today. I'm going to relax. He might have. I don't know. But I got to run to the store and get a pack of smokes. And I'm going to spend the extra $3 and get a regular pack that ain't making me cough and go cuckoo. The kid had unexplainable tan. Who, me? Yeah, I was pretty dang tan. I loved the outdoors. But you get tan. When you work on construction, you're out every single day, 100-degree temperatures, you know, you're going to get tan. Yeah, I was pretty dang tan. It was a scrapping, good looking dude. Was in great shape, like a small Bruce Lee. Johnny chopped the world. But now I'm in my 50s. Life's over with. But I do want to thank Misty Rose, Raphael, Donna Rubiniano. Uh, who else was in? Izzy Rose. I want to thank her. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Look. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Look. I think I got everybody. Thank you all for stopping in. Remember, this is a movie, folks. I appreciate you stopping in. If I offended you, my apologies. My apologies. If I offended any of you ladies or she-men or whatever you are, even if you're gay, my apologies if I offended you. But it's all a movie. It's all entertainment. And hopefully I see you again. And Donna Rubiano, my apologies if I upset you. I hope I'm still invited to Sunday dinner. And even though I'm not supposed to be eating tomatoes because it's a shade food, I know. I've been brainwashed. I love tomatoes and spaghetti and fried potatoes and peppers. But it causes inflammation. But I hope at least I'm still invited to that great Sunday dinner. Thank all of you for stopping in today. Once again, if I offended you, my apologies. Glory be to God, the King of Kings. And I continue to pray to God and not the devil. So I choose to believe in something good in humanity over something evil. Excuse me. Now you folks have a great day. I think the Bears are playing next week, Thursday. Or are they playing tomorrow? Go Bears, right? Right? Even though they don't look good this year. They don't look good this year. But go Bears, because if you're from Chicago, there's only one team in the NFL, and that's the Chicago Bears. When we win big. When we lose big. But you know what? We don't walk away from our team. We'll fire up the barbecue grills. We're going to cook our food. And we're going to talk about how much they suck this year. But next year, we'll still be there with you, Chicago Bears, because we are devoted fans. That's what we do in Chicago. Go Indianapolis, because now I'm in Indiana. Go Bears in Indiana. All right, you folks have a good day. I might be back in a little while with a great outdoors video. We got clouds out there, blue skies, clouds, blue skies, wind, birds flying everywhere. I got to get a great outdoors video going. Thank all of you stopping, and even you, Raphael. Have a good day.